Bup, 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 bup. Bup, bup, bup. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, bup, bup. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Oh, no, you can see my spreadsheet. How embarrassing. I need that. I need that back. What's going on, everybody? Hi. I'll just put this on in the background so we have some music while we start. Gave you a jump scare. Hi from South Korea. How's it going? Is your name Event Horizon? I like that. That's a good name. One of my favorite movies. I'm going to put this on in the background while we get started so you can have some music. And I'm going to pull up my Discord because in such said Discord is all of the secret information that we must partake in today. So I'm just going to pull that little friend up, start talking about shit. Hi, how's everybody doing? We haven't done a stream in a really long time. That's my spreadsheet for tracking the live sets that I'm remixing for FWA, the FurryCon that I am guest of honor at this year. I'm doing a live set, and I decided to remix all furry music. And man, there's some talent up in this fandom. I will tell you that. It's pretty fucking good. How is everybody else doing? I think there's probably a big-ass delay in chat, but I'm going to ask anyways while I get stuff going here. Let's see what we got. Oh, such good submissions. I'm going to go back to like where this stuff started. All right. Hi, everybody. I'll tell you, I had a bit of a scare myself because OBS. I haven't used OBS to stream since I reformatted my computer a couple months ago, and it was like, I can't stream. But then I restarted OBS and it streamed. So isn't that fucking amazing? Aren't you proud of me? Piano jump scare. So we are going to be doing, I'm going to be trying to do a monthly end of month stream where we go over the, it's the like monthly Discord challenge. So I decided to do that this year. Basically, if you're part of the Patreon, you get access to the Discord. And in the Discord, we have a new thing where I will give you a prompt at the beginning of the month. And it'll be like a creative prompt. And this month, it was sound fonts. I was like, use a sound font. And we're going to talk about what a sound font is and where to get them because they are very good and very cool. And then we're going to go through people's submissions and listen to what they did. So hopefully that sounds good. And if you want to be part of this, then, I'm plugging the Patreon and you can get on the Discord and join a bunch of weirdos over there who like to make music. Freaks. Okay. So let's talk about what a sound font is before we get started. Let's go to Wikipedia, shall we? Because I don't want to come up with the definition of it myself. Okay. It's a brand name that collectively refers to a file format and associated technology that use sample-based synthesis to play MIDI files. First introduced in the Sound Blaster AWE32, only old people will know what the fuck this is, and that's okay. It was a dark time for audio. It's a dark time for all of us. So basically, it's a file format that includes a bunch of WAV files or audio files that are, at least in the past, generally really, really like low quality because they had to be. There wasn't a lot of RAM for this kind of stuff or memory or whatever. And with a Sound Blaster, basically what you would do is you would have this like sound font that would stand in for the general MIDI sound set, which is map. I'll show you what it looks like. It is this. So this 0 through 127, why do you need to? Oh, it wants to be able to play my MIDI devices. That's cool. No sound, though. That's ironic. So basically, this is a map of the general MIDI sound concept. And it's a good thing we got gunshots. So a sound font would try to match this and have like different layers of different levels of quality for all of these. And there's some really like classic sounds in here. Like some of the synth pads and leads I think are just like really, really classic. And so it would generally be kind of like lo-fi sounding and charming. But that's changed a lot since, we've gotten more stuff, and now more technology. And now Soundfonts can be like pretty much anything. They were kind of associated with like video games. And so let's see, where were we going for Soundfonts? Archive.org has a lot of sound fonts. So how do you join Discord? You join the Patreon. It's a $2 a month for $2 a month for Discord access. So for instance, here on archive.org, 500 general MIDI sound sets. So if we go in here and look, we're going to see all this shit, just these SF2 files. These are all sound fonts. And not all of these are just general MIDI compatible. We have things like the Doom sound font. We have things like just drums. So you can see like T7 kit. This is probably the Yamaha thing. We have Roland GM drum kit. So like Fanta, who the fuck knows what that is? So here is one place, and then there's another place online that we were getting everyone to go. What was it? We have a thing in the Discord for resources for the challenge. So we were posting like our favorite sound fonts that we found. Let's see, where is that website? I decided specifically not to prepare for this stream, so that's what we're doing here. Well, Polyphone.io has a whole bunch of sound fonts, and this is actually the right. Doom didn't have a sound font, but I'm assuming that sound font probably has the synthesized sounds from the synth, if I had to guess. But yeah, so Polyphone is the thing what we're going to use, I believe, to turn some of these into wave files. But if you look here, like Polyphone sound fonts, Polyphone.io, like here's one that's like the ultimate Mega Drive sound font. So it's like all of these instruments from the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive that you may or may not recognize. And then if you look over here, you're going to see things like different synthesizer sound fonts, Namco Arcade Sound Generator, Emulator 2, some dope-ass shit. On the other website that we found for this stuff, which I think was... I promise I will find it. MusicalArtifacts.com. This is the cool site. So the reason I'm going to show you this is because there's some cool stuff in here. Like Emu. If I search for Emu. There was, I think it was on here, but like basically like all of the Emu, like the Emu Proteus and like Emu Orbit were in here. These old Romplers. Someone made a sound font of that. So there's some really, really cool stuff in here. You can search for things like Metroid and find like Super Nintendo sound fonts, Super Metroid. There's a whole, just so many. KK Slider is a really fun one to make sound fonts out of, and I use that in my piece. So that's how you can get these things, and then to play them in your system, certain DAWs have sound font compatibility built in, like I think Logic does. Bitwig, I think, does. And there's this program called Sforzfondo for everybody else that needs something. This little friend right here. It's free. It plays SFZ files. You may need to do a conversion between them. SF2 and SFZ are not the same deal, but that's where you can use the Polyphone program, which is also free. So this adorable little thing here. Will allow you to play, convert sound fonts. So Polyphone, Sports Fondo or your DAW, and you have access to a whole bunch of really, really interesting sounds. And let me show you what they sound like in use. So I will play my piece first. The way that I made mine work... Oh no, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh no. 2025 music monthly challenge. There we go. Jesus. So I turned all of my sound fonts into WAV files and then imported them into different things in Ableton here, like samplers and stuff like that, and simplers and samplers. So now they're just samples. So if you play them back, you can hear that we have a sound. Now you'll notice down here that I have it looped. You can loop these things. A lot of the times they were designed so that they would loop, so you could get really long things from shorter pieces of information. So you can see that this is just a short sample, but if we get the loop right and fade it, then we can like keep it going. We can keep it looped. I'm so good at fucking words. There's also some drums, and I pulled a lot of these drums from, let's see, where I get these. I'm going to show you the sound fonts that I used. If we go into here, I go to SFZ. So I use this Emu Proteus pack, DSF Emu. I think this may have been something that I bought for Contact and then ripped. But this has like all the old Emu hardware romplers, which are really, really cool. Like Orbit is the dance one, which is just, quite frankly, dope as hell. Really like old school sounding rave stuff. And then MoFat's their hip hop one, and there you can see they've got some other stuff here. Planet Earth has a lot of multi-sampled percussion, which is really, really useful. So I used that. I used the Animal Crossing one here because it has our friend KK Slider, but it also has some really good drums in here. With KK Slider, you're going to hear him pop in later. If you don't know who he is, he's the little musician guy from Animal Crossing. He's a cool guy. I want to show you what I did with this real quick because it's kind of fun. Where's KK? Him. I just called him him. So the KK sound font has some different like phenomes. So if I go into here and I go to KK Slider sound font, you're going to hear like his different like little ways of
no, oh, quick, me.
So I had to repitch some of those, and then I just threw them all in here and gave each one sort of a start time that didn't include the little like lead in. And then I used an LFO to just sort of randomly pick one of these little phenomes, and it sounds like this. All right, cool. So now with that said, let's listen. We can listen to the piece. I call this the shitpost samba. One more time. That is the shitpost samba. I noticed some of you people calling a sound in here the balloon rubbing sound, and I need you to understand something. That has a name, and it's called the cuica. And if you have not watched my video on pitched percussion, you need to, because this is a real instrument.
This Brazilian friction drum is traditionally used by samba schools. It produces an exotic sound which allows to be used in many different situations other than traditional samba. Its unusual sound is used for percussion effects in a wide range of music. You get the sound by rubbing a stick fixed to the drum head inside the drum.
So technically, you're right. It is a rubbing sound, but it's called the cuica, cloaca, and it's very important. Do not know what that's called. Okay, let's grab some submissions from people. If anyone has any more questions about how the sound fonts work, let me know and I'll try to answer. But I think it's time to play other people's music. Where the hell is the monthly challenge here? Boop boop. Submissions. Do 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 ba ba da 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 ba 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 da da ba da 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 da. Okay. Cloaca. Only certain people will pick up on that. Okay, let's go ahead and make a new live set. No. Zambomba? What the fuck is a Zambomba? You can't just make up words. Zambomba.
So, tambomba. What is tambomba? Tambomba is the name of a friction drum.
It is a friction drum.
Traditional Spanish friction drum. This is usually homemade. It has a big cane and it has a pottery. Usually it's made with a pottery.
So is it the essence of flamenco Christmas? Is it something that's like a Christmas thing?
Animal, or lately, like goes like this.
Play it.
But human heart. All of Jerez is celebration of Navidad.
Cool. I don't think she plays it once in that whole thing. That's great. Let's start with our first piece here. So I asked people to submit with their name and their track name, and then talk about how they made it. So this is from Whispering Cosmos, who I believe is in here as a reset reboot. Let's see. So they say they've grown up being a big fan of Sonic games, which is cool. So it was bound to be the ultimate Mega Drive sound font that really caught their eye. Since nowadays they mostly work with the Deluge and it's easier for them, they unpacked the sound font and loaded the samples into the Deluge and decided to imagine how a Sonic drum and bass track would sound. The only effects have been delay on the lead pattern and a bit more of space and rhythm, but the rest are the stock sound fonts. And yeah, that's a great thing. And if you hear barking in the background, it's because my dogs imagined they saw something outside. All right, let's go. Should we get something pretty for this? Let's go ahead and get some like cool looking stuff on this. Oh my God. Anyways. Yeah. Oh my God, this just screams Sonic the Hedgehog. This could be in the game for sure. This is dope. Oh shit, here he goes. Oh, this fucking rules. That snare is so dead. I love it. It's so good when you stick to like one sound font because you really get like the vibe. Woo! Oh, is that the Sonic dying sound? Does that mean he like drowned? Did Sonic drown? That was dope. I really, really liked that. It just oozed the vibe of that era. Excuse me. I was so obsessed with Sonic music when I was a kid. Like, I think the first thing I ever programmed on like a workstation keyboard was like a cover of Chemical Plant Zone. Yeah, that was really, really good. All right, who we got next? Oh my God, my dogs. I closed my door thinking I could get away from their barking, but they're like, nope. Mm-mm. Ooh, this one is mastered, it looks like. This is from K48R. Instead of fall down the rabbit hole of all the sound fonts out there, I ran with the first one I tried downloading from Musical Artifacts, Live HQ Natural Sound Font GM. I loaded it up in my DAW and went through the sounds to find the one I liked. The trance synth caught my ear, so I put down some chord hits and started building on that. All the sounds came from the sound font. Effects are mostly compression, delay, and convolution reverb sends for adding space and glue. They say they liked how the sound font gave uniformity to the track. It sounds cheesy, but consistently so. And they say, in particular, the big electronic toms and distorted square wave lead are their favorite. Yeah, the consistency of this stuff is, I think, one of the reasons that like chiptune is such a powerful genre, because the limitations just breed a coherency of timbre. Like it just works together. Do. All right. Probably don't need this much limiting. Vibes. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is nice. I can see why you like the trance synth in this. That rise thing was cool as hell. That growl, that was dope. Yeah! That's dope. Yeah, as someone said earlier, that sort of like emulated choir sound is classic as fuck. That was great. Really good job. Super good vibes, and yeah, it was super coherent and good space in it too. Someone asked how to submit songs. This is part of a monthly challenge that we're doing in the Discord. The Discord is the one of the Patreon rewards. So if you'd like to be part of that, you can join the Patreon and be part of the Discord. And then we have a couple boards, or a couple channels in the Discord dedicated to this project. I lost Discord, speaking of which. I'm not very smart. I was looking for Bluey gifts, and I lost the Discord. Let's bring it on back. Oh, because someone sent me a thing, and it made a noise. I don't have time for that shit. Let's see. Okay. Next up, what do we got? That was from there. Okay, cool. Next up is I'm gonna wait on errors to see if they can like pop into the chat. I know that they were like at the office or something, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait for them to come back. So we'll not forget them, but we'll do it later. All right, this next one's gonna be called Free Buffet from user Awful Lemon Tree. Let's see. Where did that go? I just downloaded it. Oh, cool. Windows Explorer has decided to sort things by dumb again. Where did Awful Lemon Tree's submission go? It's at the bottom for some reason. All right, cool. So this is called Free Buffet from Awful Lemon Tree. And what they say is video game music is probably the biggest reason I had an interest in learning to make music in the first place. You know what? I think I agree with that. I definitely huge influence on me as well. Probably some of the first music that we like really engage with if we have access to video games as a kid. And within that space, I think David Wise's work on Donkey Kong Country 2 left the biggest impression on me. Yeah, for real. Based. I don't think I did his work justice, and it might be hard to hear, but the core of this track was inspired by the bass line in Hothead Hop. For the sounds, I grabbed a bunch of Super Nintendo Soundfonts and wound up doing a mix with the Donkey Kong Country 1, Final Fight, Yoshi's Island, and Earthbound sounds. Great. Fluffy, you're saying no, I'm not grabbing anything from a spreadsheet. I'm grabbing stuff from I'm just going through the stuff submitted to the challenge submission final thing. I did ask that everybody resubmit if they already had with like a blurb about what they did. So like if you didn't submit your thing like properly tagged, like with your name basically, and oh wait, I see yours. I find yours. Yeah, Time Tunnel. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me grab that. We'll do that one after this. Thank you for pulling that out. I just missed it. It's so easy to miss things. I probably should have a spreadsheet. We'll do yours next. Okay, so this is Awful Lemon Tree. Hell yeah. That bass is so classic. Ooh, spicy scale mode. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got spooky castle vibes. I love it. Yeah, it's like a clave or a wood block, it sounds like. I like how the kick drum almost sounds like a tom too. It's cool. That snare is so weird. This rules. Great job. I want to talk about that snare real quick. Look how the snare, like, it goes down into, like, it's usually like you'd see a transient that like stopped where the fundamental of the rest of the note was, or when the rest of the body was. But that snare goes all the way down to like 40 fucking hertz. That's so weird. That was a great track. Super, super, super great. Great use of the like acknowledging sort of like the like vibe of the sounds themselves and leaning into like how well they work together. It was super, super good. All right, where is Floofies? There's errors. Time tunnel time. All right. Fluffy's up next. Time tunnel. So they say. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is one of my favorite Zelda games of all time and probably my favorite SNES game. Something about it being the first time the world really opened up and had a plot that happened within the game, and of course the music was incredible. I agree on all parts. For me, it was the Game Boy Link's Awakening. That one was the Zelda game that like stuck with me. Music in that too. All the sounds in this track are from that game. In particular, they use the voice, harp, flute, rain, bell, and string sounds. Everything manipulated and made glitchy or vast or whatever with Logic's Q sampler, space designer, convolution, reverb, and or feeding notes through a way too fast arpeggiator or the session drummer to turn it into a glitchy percussion miasma. We got a miasma in the chat. I didn't have any particular direction with making this track and just let things emerge on their own. I seem to be having a great difficulty making music with intention right now, and sometimes it's better to just go with the flow. I agree. Yes. I agree. Let's go. Ooh. That's a cool sound. Very classic, like, old school chord progression. Zelda 2077. Yeah, that's super cool. Very water level. We got sub bass. I love that old school violin pluck thing. Oh shit. love that chord change. Oh shit. Those strings are great. Just realizing it has like a galloping vibe. Like this could be writing music. You could do a sick ass like edit of Link riding around in like Breath of the Wild or something like this to that. Something like I cannot talk. I'm sorry, y'all. That was great. That was super, super cool. Incredibly vibey. Yeah, great job. Someone mentioned in the chat that they got a GS Music E7. And I just want to look at that real quick. It's pretty. Pretty. We do stan blue and we stan big knobs. Looks really cool. What's the architecture? 2 oscillators, 2 LFOs, a mixer filter. I wonder what the filter topology is. 2 envelope generators and chorus and delay. Nice. And then I love it when they have these, like the voice allocator LEDs, so you can like see how many voices you're using. So it looks like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 7. Because it's the G7 or E7. That makes sense. Yeah, that's cool as hell. It looks simple, but it looks like it probably sounds really good. Cool. All right. Let's do. I don't want to miss things in order because if I do that, then if I just keep skipping around, then I'm going to mess up. So I'm going to do the one that I spotted that I missed actually after Fluffy's, and that is Lon and Foster's one. So let me go find this. I'll have a better system for this next time, y'all. This is from Lon and Foster, and it's called Doom Another Day. And Lon says, this project became an intersection of two things, of their favorite things, music and Doom. They found a sound font for the Roland SC55, the first commercially available PC sound card synthesizer, which is what Robert Prince wrote the MIDI tracks for in the original 1993 release of Doom. Well, there we just learned something. We were talking about that earlier today, or earlier in the chat. So it was the Roland SC55 sound module, I think that. Let's go ahead and look what that is. It's probably like a little module that was like for general MIDI. Yep. Look at this idiot. Why does Bad Gear have a video on? God damn it. Dude will fucking do a video on like literally anything. Yeah, look at that. Imagine making music with that. That's fucking wild. Hey, here's a video about how it's from Doom. So we all learned something today. Isn't that wonderful? Let's check it out. Yep, there's the fucking slap bass. Oh my god, hell yeah. Here we go. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? I can see why it was popular. These sounds are like iconic. Oh, I get it. It's the James Bond theme, but with Doom stuff. That's great. It's called Doom Another Day, so... Oh, hell yeah, those tom rolls. Oh shit, we got cowbell. Oh, you're just flexing on us now. That was insane. Really good job. Nailed the vibe of both. It's crazy how much picking the right vintage synth or vintage like source for sounds can just take you right there. Like, this is why it's worth knowing a little bit about music tech history. And if you're ever like wondering about like how to make specific music, looking up whether or not it had any kind of technical limitations on it based on like what they had available to them at the time, like especially with like old video game music and old soundtrack music, you know, like David Lynch movie stuff, or I don't know, like video games a lot too, but like, yeah, like finding out which workstation, you know, was really popular at the time. Like, was it the Korg Triton? Was it the Roland JV 1080? That kind of stuff can lead to you just getting the sound that you need. It's great. All right, next up is Error, who is here. Hopefully their big time director job at the Raisin Factory was nice enough to let them go. Welcome back, big time man. They say, I used to play PlayStation when I was away from home at school on a knackered old PC with a TV capture PCI card because I wasn't allowed to play games or have a TV, and the game that I had most memories of playing like this is Final Fantasy VII. Understandable. That's a classic. So the sound font they ended up choosing was that. The track is all done in Ableton. I chopped up the break in Sampler and made a bunch of multi-sampled instruments in the sampler using extracted sound fonts. They say it's pretty crazy how many multi-samples you get from these. The effects are mostly the FX collection from Arturia or just stock Ableton. So yeah, the Final Fantasy VII sound font is very cool. What did they use for that Final Fantasy VII music synthesizer? It's probably like an old school Rompler. Roland Sound Canvas. So the SC50 and the SC88. So the SC50, I think, is what we just were fucking with, right? Like, I think that was the one from the last thing. So, yeah, those old Sound Canvas things, kind of a big deal. So don't sleep on them. Ooh. Vibs. I got Vibs. Hell yeah. Are we gonna get some drum and bass? Hell yeah. Nice. Hey, what's up, Pop-Pop? Yeah, a little melody is great. I love those little spacey sounds. Those are cool. Like, were those part of the original sound font? That's wild. The piano sounds great. No, I don't. I'm going to find them and bring them up. That low throb is cool. The old stereo ass sound canvas Reese. That's cool, dude. Look what you're doing to our spectral analyzer. Freaking out there. Look, there's your flanger. Let's go. This is like the chillest game of Wipeout you could play. It's like Wipeout where you can't lose. Nice break dropping. Yeah. Ooh. Love that chord progression. It's like very Moby. In a good way. Non-derogatory. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fucking rules. Nice job. Get out of here, Chocobo. Great job. That was fantastic. I hope you had fun making that. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to call out somebody who just came into the chat. Popbot is in the chat, and they're one of the people who I am going to try to remix for my FWA set. They also did the main demo track that's on Arturia's website for Pigments 6, which is well deserved. If you have go like in another tab, like just Google Popbot Bandcamp and check out their work. It is astounding. Like, I got their stems and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, a little call out to them. Good shit. We have a Discord. Yes, the Discord is it's a reward for the first level of Patreon. So if you'd like to join, you can do that. All right, let's keep going. We did Awful Lemon Tree. Next up is going to be Newell. Megadon. I like that name. That's good. Okay, Newell says, here's my submission. I've done a bunch of stuff with Soundfonts in the past, but it always ended up being silly and whimsical. So I wanted to challenge myself to make something more emotional using only the Mega Drive Soundfont. I used only two era-appropriate effects as well. Ooh, cool. The Lexicon 224 emulation by Arturia and their tape machine plugin. Oh, that's dope. I did not think about the Lexicon 224 being era-appropriate, but that's great. Which one is that? Is it like under reverb? Reverb. Oh, the 24. Okay, cool. Yeah. Jeremy's great and all, but at this point I subscribe to the Patreon just for the Discord. Wow. 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 Straight to jail. I love it how every plugin in here, it takes forever to learn. I need to use this more. Holy shit. I don't think I've loaded this up once. I bet this sounds fucking amazing. It does. Okay, cool. Thanks for the tip on that. All right, let's go. So this is only the Mega Drive soundtrack. You have succeeded in emotional. I like it. This is beautiful. That is a great sound. The chord progression is so cool. Well done. Consider your experiment a success. That is a soundtrack piece right there. Absolutely fantastic. One thing I will call out, I love, you can hear it here at the end, that hiss. These tend to be like pretty low bit rate, and so we get this like the sound fonts too. So we get this really crazy aliasing up at the top for a lot of this stuff, assuming that is part of the sound font. And so it kind of adds this nice like, oh, that could be the tape plugin though. That could also be the tape plugin. Sorry, I'm just realizing the tape could be adding that noise. Either way, the noise works really well. Someone mentioned X-Files Season 2. Yeah, Mark Snow all over this. Mark Snow is a huge inspiration for me as well. And then someone also mentioned Twin Peaks. Angelo Badalamenti is just a fantastic composer as well. Their little themes a lot of the time are done on like workstation stuff. So at least the really classic ones like Laura's theme and stuff like that. So yeah, very evocative, which is fantastic. Really, really good job. All right. Oh, cool. Thank you for letting me know, Shark Bear Gator. That was a really fun video to make. I learned a lot making it, which is what made it worth it to me. I know my contact library so much better after making that. All right, next up is going to be Matt. Let's see, under Matt. Pew, pew, pew. Matt is one of the people I do monthly lessons with, and he is very talented at all kinds of music. So this should be pretty interesting. Let's see what they say. My efforts this month were saved by Jeremy posting the mate-ready sound font conversions. Oh yeah, so I posted sound font conversions of a couple things. So I thought I was going to do mine on the mate, but because I decided to go so melody heavy, I did that kind of like samba thing, I really needed, well, one, I wanted polyphony, but two, I really needed the ability to like play melodies, those kind of like super like modal melodies where it's kind of switching back and forth between scale modes. Like, I don't know how to do that on a tracker very well, but I did make some conversions that were, appropriate for the mate and the mate tracker and put them up there. So anyways, they say their efforts this month were saved by me posting the mate ready sound font conversions. I downloaded a few sound fonts on my PC and was looking forward to playing with them, but then life with 3 senior dogs limited my PC time. Yeah, and the mate saved the day. Cool. All the melodic instruments are from Animal Crossing, Metroid, and Mother 3, with a few single-cycle oscillators from the Korg pack. Yeah, there's a Korg M1 pack that basically has like a bunch of single-cycle waveforms. I did not know that's how the Korg M1 worked, so that's super interesting. Some of the Animal Crossing instruments I mostly used as is because they're delightful. Lots of nostalgia there. There's dialogue in the Metroid one, which I thought was interesting as well. And then they say there are some drums from the... am I going to announce February's challenge on stream? Yes, I am. I'm going to announce it at the end here. There are some drums from the sound fonts, but most of the main percussion is samples from their Pulsar 23 because, all in caps, I have a problem. I mean, if you got a Pulsar 23, I completely understand. All the instruments are sound font, no mate instruments, and all the effects from the mate. So we got chorus, delay, and reverb. Quick and dirty master for the Reddit mix. Okay, cool. So let's check out Matt's The Last Galaxy. Make sure that I don't have any, like, crazy limiting going on. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. That must be the Metroid dialogue. The synth sounds wild. That's dope. Oh yeah. Oh shit. We got 9 Inch Nails. Oh fuck yeah. social network. Oh, yeah. That's pure fucking old school industrial right there. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Badass. That's so good. Well done. Fucking rules. Someone mentioned in here, first of all, the mate like sounds so good. Like it really, really does. It's astounding what you can get done on the mate. Second of all, I do want to check out what's going on below 50 hertz here because that was an interesting comment. If we go back and look at this, I'm just gonna loop this area right here. I mean, it's sub, like it's not terrible. Like, I mean, you could clean up some of the stuff. I guess the mate now has like, you know, an EQ per track, so you could do some high passing. But one of the nice things about the mate is you just kind of use your ears. You don't really like use, you know, visual tools like this quite so much. So, you know, yeah, you can get like build up of frequencies down there, but like if it sounds good for the most part in your headphones, then it's fine. Okay. Great job, Matt. Super good. I love it. Great mix too. Clean as hell. I'm excited about this next one because it brings up something that I love to talk about. So the next one's going to be from XZZY. Zizzy? Is it Zizzy? Legally Distinct Utopia is what they call it. And this means I get to talk about the Utopia soundtrack because the BBC has a show called Utopia, which is like a conspiratorial thriller about a virus. And that's all I can really say about it. It's really good. And the person who did the soundtrack is named... oh, there it was. This motherfucker right here. This is one of my absolute like inspirations for soundtrack music. So iconoclastic, so like the stuff that they do is just like so different and cool. They did a lot of soundtracks that you probably didn't know that they did. They did the music for Smile 2, if you've seen that. And I was like I think it was the intro to Smile 2, the horror movie. And I was like, who the fuck did the soundtrack for this? This is so weird and cool. And I looked it up and yeah, it was him. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Because back when he did the soundtrack for Utopia in 2013, I think that might've been one of his first gigs that was really kind of like well known. And you just check out his music. It's so cool. You know, The White Lotus might be something that people know him from. I don't know what else he did. Smile. The Girl with All the Gifts. Yeah, but Utopia is a great series. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. It's really, really good. So anyways, this was, the piece here was inspired by that, but it's legally distinct. So let's check it out. They say, I went into this with the plan of making the most generic tracker demo music for the mid-90s 4-bar loop and then fucking it up. Understandable. Other than that, there was no great genre goals in mind. Rolled with whatever inspiration it took me, but there, which was obviously, that thing we just talked about. All the sound fonts came from archive.com, which I have not heard of. So what's this? Oh my God. Speaking of 90s, this is amazing. Sound fonts are musical instrument samples that were originally designed for hardware for the EMU and Creative Labs. Yeah. What do we got here? Oh, we got a pop-up ad. The internet is healing. All right, cool. What do we have for a voice? Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a great site as well. Archive. Archive. Definitely probably worth checking out. Also very green, which I love. All right, let's check it out. Here we go. Yeah, I hear it immediately. that vocal work. Ooh, nice. Yeah, go bass, go. I love those ratchets. That poor pan flute is so like, what am I doing here? So, without having heard like Cristobal Tampervere or whatever his name is, work for Utopia, this might not like have quite the context that it should, but they work with like processed vocals quite a bit, really choppy, weird stuff. I think they're the first person I actually heard do that, and it's worked its way into like a lot of elevated horror movie trailers and music, if you remember the movie Men by Alex Garland, the music for that had a lot of like small little vocal tick things. I think Suspiria might have as well. So that's where that comes from. And yeah, it's really great. Okay, next up, someone submitted 2. I don't know about that. We'll see. I'm going to pick one of these. Forest in the rear view. Sound from Ocarina of Time. Okay, I'm going to put it up to a vote. Do we want the Ocarina of Time one or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plus X-Men one? And I'll come back to it after you've answered. We will go into Ryan's real quick. I didn't know your... I can eliminate the second one? I misunderstood. Okay, great. All right, then we will do the Ocarina of Time one. That's fine. That's the one I wanted anyways. Forest in the rear view. Horses in the back. Adam says Ocarina of Time was very influential on me musically at the time and as a person too. It was a moody game back then. It's true. It mostly influenced ambient work I was doing over the years, so I made a decision to do something different for this, and I thought I'd take a new wave, lo-fi 80s kind of flavor. Ooh. Driving down a forested highway, jaded Link in a leather jacket riding a motorbike through old Kariki Forest Village with the reflection in his glasses. All right, let's fucking go. Oh, hell yeah. That's dope. You know that riff? It feels like you could take this. Really reminds me of like what's the fuck are they called? Rufus del Sol. Feels like you could put this under like a house beat with a good bass line and put like an emotive male vocal over it and like have a bop. Are you gonna crash? Is that what you're gonna do, Ableton? Okay. That's not at all what I asked you to do. That's cool. That's cool. There we go. Warp from here. Actually, I'll do this here. Hey, you're at 120. Very nice. Makes my life easy. I appreciate that. So let me go into here. I've been really into UK Garage lately. That's what I'm going to base a lot of my FWA set around. So let's grab. It's an electronic. I can't brain when you're watching me brain. Stop watching me brain. Drum loops. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just put a little bit of like kickstart on this, which exists here. Yeah. And then I just need to like figure out what the bass is. So then like, we go into here. I paid my money. I'll watch you brain if I want to. Fair enough. Wow, I don't even get a count in? Cool. Well, are you gonna make a sound? See? Works fine. And then we go down to here and we get like, where's the soulful vocals? Is it this? It's either this one or Sublime Tech vocals. I think it's this one. 125 in A.
Count to.
I don't know. Is this anything? We're in B flat. So I need to go from A. Oh, up one.
Count to.
No.
Count to me in the silence of the night. Count to me. Count to me.
There we go. Thanks, everyone. We did it. We did house music. All right. Who's up next? Next up is Ryan. What's the link to the Discord? Richie, it is a Patreon reward. Join the Patreon for $2 a month. You get access to the Discord and so much more. So much more. Maybe I should say that in my videos. But no one watches my videos anymore, so it wouldn't really matter. Okay. Next up is Accessory. I didn't know your artist name, Ryan. Now I do. Ryan says, all sounds from the Mega Man 8 sound font, sequenced and mixed in Shield Tracker on Steam Deck. Wow, look at you. Ryan, by the way, in case you don't know, this is Ryan Hume. He is one half of Acid Rain Technologies, the people behind such fine Eurorack modules as Constellation and Maestro, which I both really love. So let's go. Oh, fuck yeah. You use the orchestra hit. I heard that. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, that's it. Nice. Fuck yeah. And the slap bass. Super syncopated, that's cool. I like the way you had like 2 phases for the boss. Or health refills in the second phase. Hell yeah. Nice. That was so perfectly evocative of what we were trying to do here. Philip, that was from the Mega Man 8 sound font. So was that probably was Super Nintendo, right? Let's find out. I'm not a Mega Man aficionado, so I don't know for sure. PlayStation. It was originally released on PlayStation. And then it was following year released on Sega Saturn. Yeah. It's the first game in the series made available on 32-bit consoles. So PlayStation and Sega Saturn. That was it. Never made it on Super Nintendo. That's why emulation is the way to go. We got one more. We got one more here, and that is from Echo. Let's see. Did I download it? Echo is my dog, one of my dog's names. It's a great name. I love it. Echo says, have you ever been in the middle of making a shitpost and realized that it could be much cooler as a different type of shitpost, and then realized that the whole point of the shitpost was wrong and you got it to a semi-listenable state anyways? Or what if Sonic Adventure 2's Escape from the City was half as long, half as catchy, a tenth as finished, and only used Soundfonts samples from Sonic 3D Blast? All very good questions. Extremely good questions. Let's dive in and see what we got here.
All the people stuck in chairs watching TV. They refuse to move, and that's not alright by me. We're running fast and dodging blasts and saving sheep. Resist the urge to stay at home and get shoes on your feet, because we're running. We're going fast to somewhere better than this, flying on the asphalt into the abyss, moving to the rhythm, into the bliss. We're running.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know how we could have ended this on a better note. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. 100%. Congratulations. That's all the submissions. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Let's talk about next month's. So this is a bit... I'm trying to kind of synergize my YouTube and other pursuits. And the next thing that I'm releasing for a sample pack that like a commercial sort of like, preset pack is called Safe Rooms. And it's for the Deluge, the Synthstrom Deluge. And it's basically... presets designed around the Resident Evil 1 through 4 and Silent Hill 1 through 4 safe room music and narrative music. And I'll give you an example. I'll just pull this up real quick. So the theme for this is going to be safe rooms. I want people to make a piece of music that evokes the feeling of a safe room in an old survival horror game. So if you haven't played a survival horror game with a safe room, the idea is that Resident Evil was the one that really like kind of made these super popular. But basically, like, you find a room that has like a chest, you can fuck with your inventory, and there's a typewriter in the Resident Evil games, and you'd be able to save your game. So the music in there was always kind of like a little calm, but also a little tense. And it's very evocative and sounds very good. And I'll give you some hints as to where to get instruments for this if you want to go for the old school sound. There is a video on YouTube that's every single safe room music from Resident Evil if you are looking for inspiration there. Because it's a very unique sound. I would recommend if you want to get like the very specific old school sound that you look at something like the Korg Triton. I found that sampling the Korg Triton was like one of the best ways to get that extremely like evocative, like old school sort of uncanny valley orchestral sound. But I'm assuming the old Roland Romplers would work too. If you want to go retro, you don't have to. That's the thing. You can make a little theme that just is like, hey, this is you're safe in this area kind of theme. This is where you like take a breather. Does that make sense? We can discuss more in the Discord, but that's the theme for the next one. I have this. So I'll just play a couple of these for you. Rompler time. Yep. I also found that the old Emu Romplers sounded really good in this. So if you wanted to go and use your sound font knowledge, you could go grab some of the old Emu, like Schwarzfondo things. Not Schwarzfondo. What's it called? Virtuoso? Where is it? Emu. Did I just like lose it? Oh, it's Proteus. Holy shit, where did they go? Oh yeah, these ones. So there's some old shit like that. Here's some of the stuff that I came up with for this. So this is all on the Deluge, but it's using the pack. So Triton and Emu stuff, basically. I agree, Princet Vice. So you can hear from this. This was heavily inspired by like Silent Hill cutscenes. There wasn't really a lot of that sort of like trip hop vibe from, or alternative rock vibe from Resident Evil games. But I kind of cheat a little bit because in my mind, I kind of conflate the two. The old school, like, Uncanny Valley orchestra sound and the sort of old school trip-hop sound. So that's what we have going on there. I completely ripped off... Oh yeah, here is one of the safe room themes from Resident Evil. I can't remember which one it is, but I basically tried to completely rip it off as one of the demos. Oh, True North. That's a good point. Yeah. So we talked earlier today. God, what the fuck are words? We talked earlier in the chat about Mark Snow and Angelo Badalamenti and those sort of old school like Twin Peaks stuff. Again, you don't have to use that stuff, but that is a touchstone for this, the kind of like old school rompler vibes. That will work really well to nailing the retro version of the safe room. But I believe that like disaster pieces work for like Hyperlight Drifter and stuff like that are also really great examples of what could be considered a safe room theme. Sort of this, sort of like, it's beautiful, it's calming, but it's also just a little disturbing, just a little bit. Yeah, Lawnon, exactly. And here is a complete Silent Hill ripoff. Adam, I'd say like, you know, aim for around 3.5 minutes if you want. Video game music loops, I have found, tend to be around 2.5 minutes if you want to like have a, you know, a sort of capsule for you to work towards. But yeah, let's go ahead and loop this one. So that's what's going on for next month. Some other themes that we'll be running into just as a preview. I think I have one that's like, we're going to use bird song as a theme, as inspiration in some way, either like directly or transmuted. One of them will just be like only 3 tracks. You only get 3 tracks to work on. What else? There'll be a few fun ones that I can't remember off the top of my head. I have a spreadsheet. But that's it. If you are already a patron, thank you, and I will see you in the Discord. We can talk more about this there. If you're not, I mean, come join us if you want to be part of this. You don't have to. I'm just saying that, like, it's there. But yeah, thanks. This was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed hanging with y'all and doing this and having some community aspects to that. It's part of my goals for this year is to do a bit more community stuff, and this is one little part of that. But yeah, y'all take care, and I will talk to you in a video or online. Bye. 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 Bye.